give it a go. Never done it before, so... Whew.
Hello. You join me doing something that I have never done before. I am trying to record on 2 separate screens at once, so please bear with me as I try not to fuck this up. You can see I am on the MCU character tier list, and with me today you are going to rank every single one. We have A+ to F, because I may be English, but we're going for the American, because it is just so much easier, but I'm going to count F as, like, you know, DC bad, because I am a cock. But I thought this is going to be something new, a little bit of fun. Let's see how we get on. Ah yes, here we go. So the first character, don't know how well you can see this. They're quite small images, but let's bear with it. The first is Abomination from The Incredible Hulk, not the Eric Bana version. We do not think about that one, ever. No!
No, God! No, God, please, no!
This is the Edward Norton version. Abomination, where do I put him? Not the best film in the MCU, but Abomination I would say is D. He was very intimidating, and Tim Roth was good as Abomination. And you know, the Hulk uses cars as boxing gloves, which is always cool. The next one is Tilda Swinton from Doctor Strange. Very much an integral part of the MCU in things like Endgame, but I think she's boring, so she's going there. Ant-Man, it's Paul Rudd. He goes to A+ because he's an absolute Ebenezer geezer. Oh, I've gone a bit too, bear with me, as I said. Baby Groot, also, he is mega god tier because it's Baby Groot. I even have a little thingy of him on my desk at work. It's the actual Hulk. Now, Mark Ruffalo. I'm gonna put him in an A because he's better, I think, as Hulk hybrid. I think he's much more a character in that. There's a few things that I think is quite boring. I think in Infinity War, him not being Hulk and just being in the Hulkbuster armor as himself, as too much Bruce Banner is too much of a thing. Number whatever we are, King T'Challa, of course, the late great Chadwick Boseman, in my opinion, goes into A+ status. He changed and created a movement not just in cinema, but in casting in general in Hollywood, and made an absolute incredible character for the MCU. Who is next? I can see there Bucky Barnes is one of my favourite characters of all time. A, because I am an absolute lad for the MCU, as we all know. Bucky Barnes is up there, one of my favourite characters of all time. As is Chris Evans as Captain America. I do like him. I don't know what people keep going on about him. I think he has the best trilogy out of all of the main character trilogies. I think he is the best. I'm gonna miss him in the MCU. Brie Larson as Captain Marvel is bang in the middle, because yes, she's done a lot for female characters and a female-led MCU movie, but that does not detract from the fact that she actually made quite a mediocre film in Captain Marvel. Benicio del Toro, or as the Collector, he's in F tier because you don't really see him all that much, really. I think him doing the little insane clap thing in Infinity War is probably the best I've seen him in, and he just does a little thing in Guardians of the Galaxy to push that motherfucking story along, but other than that, I don't see much of him. Agent Phil Coulson, quite a sad death in the first Avengers, and then they overused him in Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I think he's in there with Abomination, just kind of... Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D's a good show. I watched all that shit up, not watched the new series just yet, but I like Phil Coulson. He was a huge part of the first few movies of the MCU, but you overused him by bringing him back with alien blood. My opinion. Crossbones is in there with Tilda Swinton, just sort of such wasted potential from probably one of the best films in the MCU with the Winter Soldier. You knew he was going to be Crossbones when he was all marked up and fucked up in that end sequence, but they still did absolutely nothing with him and just killed him the first 10 minutes. Dormammu from Doctor Strange. F. All they did was repeat the same thing over and over again, and then didn't kill him. They just said, oh, enough's enough, I'm running away. Boring. Drax is god tier. Anyone who talks about anything in the MCU always brings up Drax. He is hilarious every single time. Dave Bautista is the most comfortably, is one of my favourite characters of all time. From going from wrestling to being one of the staples, one of the talking points in all of the MCU. That's fantastic. Kurt Russell as a Planet, yes please, but B tier, because I think the ending with the waka 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 bollocks with Pac-Man was a bit too much for me, and I think the ending was a bit, but it's Kurt Russell, so he's up there in the top 3 tiers for me. Martin Freeman from obviously the Black Panther film. It's not Everett Ross, is it? I can't even remember his name. He's just kind of there. So is he with, I think he's with Dormammu and the Collector. They even give him like a shitty video game thing to do in Black Panther. I don't think he's all that interesting, and his accent is terrible. Anthony Mackie as Falcon. I think he's there with Kurt Russell. I like him. He can get a bit too much, but they have used Anthony Mackie's kind of characterization in his real life into his character, I think, which does make him quite fun. But since they gave him the shield, I'm not really that bothered. They should have given it to Bucky, so I'm not a huge fan of the Falcon. But he's still a great character, still really funny. You know, he was misused, I think, in Ant-Man. Anthony Mackie plays him great though, and he is synonymous with the character. Nick Fury is in A tier. It's Nick Fury. He creates the Avengers. I think how he gets to name the Avengers with Carol Danvers is bullshit. That's why he's not in A+. The way he got his eye torn was quite funny. That's why he's not B. Gamora is the Guardians of the Galaxy, man. She's A, not A+, because she's not one of the funny ones. It's as simple as that. Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp. Great characterization that she's not actually a bad guy. She's just trying to get healthy again. Acts like a dick throughout though. So she is with Brie Larson because she can act like a dick throughout what she does.
Oh, saucy.
This one is a personal one for me. Goose is A+, because the cat they used to play Goose is called Reggie. That's the name of my cat. It's as simple as that. Jeff Goldblum, Thor Ragnarok, A. It's Jeff fucking Goldblum. Bill Douglas. I'm struggling. Is he? I'd put him with C, because he's an old man and they're trying to make out like he was Ant-Man, and I just can't see it with Michael Douglas. I think he's a bit too past it. Still, it's Michael Douglas. Everyone's going to hate me. I don't know. Happy Hogan is Jon Favreau. He started the MCU. He goes into A, because I think they may have used Happy a little bit too much, so he's not in A+. But he is effectively, with Kevin Feige, the godfather of the MCU, so he's well up there. Hawkeye, one of the originals, goes into A. I think he's a misunderstood man. Being skillful with just arrows is okay. I think they really did some cool shit with him in Endgame. That's why he's really high up. He would have been lower because that's the joke that everyone does about him. But no, I think he's up there. I think he's a great character, as well as that man right there in the corner. That is right, Idris Elba from Thor. I think he's a B because they don't use him enough, and he's only cool in Thor 3 when he starts kicking ass with some dreadlocks. And he's got those cool glowy eyes. He's can see the whole universe. He's a cool character, but not used enough. Hela, Cate Blanchett, made, being evil, sexy, and you can't deny that. Unfortunately, I think her death is stupid, so she's a B. That's not her fault. Her death was just beyond awful.
Now fuck up, you cunt!
Howard the Duck, go get to fuck. You're F. Tony Stark's Pappy, this time is the Endgame version and the Captain America version. It's the young Dominic Cooper. He's a D because it's the young version and you don't see all that much of him other than the flying car, so I'm not that bothered. Tony Stark, yes, A+, he's a legend. He has the best of everything, and with Jon Favreau created this universe that we love. We've got Hope's mum, so I'm going to put her with Michael Douglas because she's only in the third one. I don't see much of her, and apparently she's now got some Super Saiyan shit where she can heal people because she's been in the dimension too long. I wait to see what happens with her. She's not been in all that many. Maybe Michelle Pfeiffer will actually get to do some cool shit. Hammer is really funny in Iron Man, but he's a D because he's a dick. Evil guy that I can never remember the name of from Doctor Strange is an F because I can't remember the name of the evil guy from Doctor Strange. He's in there with Dormammu because I think the villains are the worst part of a film with Benedict Cumberbatch in it. If Mads Mikkelsen can't get me invested in the villain, I don't care. An horrendous picture here of Aldrich Killian from Iron Man 3. I think he is probably in the middle there with Michelle Pfeiffer because I didn't care, and it was a dude breathing fire, and then at the end when he goes Super Saiyan he has a dragon on him. I have no idea that he injects himself with something that heals him, which then gives him dragon tattoos. No idea. A. Michael B. Jordan is one of the best villains in Black Panther. The best motivations you will ever see. He is amazing, as is Andy Serkis with his weird metal arm and his ability to sing a lot. But he's in B because we don't see him after that because they kill him off. Thanks, Michael B. Jordan. Can never remember who you are, but you do randomly come up in Captain Marvel and you die in Guardians of the Galaxy. I can never remember the name of the character, which is why I put them quite low, because if you're not memorable, I don't, you know. A+, because Korg is amazing, and I can't do an impression of Korg, but he's in there because he's got the best quotable lines out of any MCU movie. Dear Lord, this is a long list, people. We'll do a lightning round. So we've got James Gunn's brother Sean Gunn, E because apparently now he's got the whistle arrow and I'm looking forward to it, but don't really care about his character. Loki, he's going to move up here. A+ because he's the best character the MCU's ever made, and when you can say Mewling Quim as cool as him, come speak to me, bro, yeah? Scott's best friend from Ant-Man, played by Michael Pena. Love him as an actor. Average as a character. He has some really cool of those really nice flowing one-liner things. Other than that, he's just a dude until he has to do those. Then he's kind of funny. Malekith, no. Worst film of them all. Mantis, you're up in the middle, I would say, because Mantis is funny, only with Drax. Otherwise, all she does is touch you and you go, oh, that's about it. Maria Hill, one of the originals. She's B because she be pretty good, yo. Just said yo, oh dear. Now I feel really bad because I can never remember half the names of these people. The main baddie from Black Panther up there because he's so cool. The guy who's now going to be a baddie in the new Doctor Strange, no, I can never remember who you are. Chiwetel Ejiofor is a great actor, and I can remember his name, but not his character's name. And if you can remember Chiwetel Ejiofor and how to say it, you need to have a pretty good character. Can't remember your name from Black Panther, unfortunately, but I know she's going to do some kick-ass things later on. Nebula, I love Karen Gillan. I do love Karen Gillan. She is A. Love it. Pretty much all the Guardians are up there with me anyway. Ned from Spider-Man. Odd one. I'm gonna say D because he's becoming less and less of a thing now in the MCU. Odin, I'd put him in B because he's now become nothing. Okoye, I love Okoye. She's an A. She's a badass. The main Groot, I'm gonna have to put with Baby Groot. Well, they're not the same according to James Gunn, but they're the same because Hayley Atwell, hello. She goes B because Peggy Carter's not in it that much anymore. I don't like Gwyneth Paltrow as a person, that's why she's E. Don't buy Goop, you're just giving a mad woman money. Robert Redford, also an E because he's cool in the film, but I really? Quicksilver, F because they killed him off, and Aaron Taylor-Johnson doesn't want to play fun with anyone. Red Skull, B because his head be really red. Rocket Raccoon, A, Guardian of the Galaxy. O, Ronin, I'm gonna say E because no one likes Ronin. I love Elizabeth Olsen, she's going in A+ because I love her. Shuri is Shuri, who is a badass as well as Okoye, so she goes to A. Lady Sith, we don't see her that much anymore, that's why she's an E. I told you this was a speed round. Carl Urban says that his guns are named Des and Troy, that's why you are an A, sir, you are a genius. Spider-Man, you, sir, are not an A, you are an A+. I've just put too many A's in, so you go in there. Star-Lord, Chris Pratt's had some weird shit going on lately, so he is a B because he's a bit weird now. Doctor Strange, also a B because I don't think we've seen all that much of him yet. I don't think the Krill are that great. Taserface is a D because he's a dick. I've said that joke before, but Taserface is a dick. Teenage Groot, you don't see that much of him, so he's actually going in C because you don't see much of him and he's now got a hand that is a hammer, which is fine, but I don't think you see all that much of him. Oh my lord. Tyrant Thanos is an A. Josh Brolin does an incredible job. Thor, you are an A+, my darling, because you, sir, are one of the originals. Good to sneeze. Ross, you're an F, because you're not Red Hulk yet, and you need to be. I loved Ben Kingsley in Iron Man 3. I think he is a C, because, oh, I put him in D there. I think he is a C because Trevor Slattery is a diversion, and I think they should have kept with him. But the fact they made him an out of work English actor is also inspired. So I think he's kind of in the middle because you could have done more. But you could have done, you know. Ultron, his views make no sense, so he's going in E. Valkyrie, kick-ass, love Valkyrie. She is a B because I think there's going to be more with her now leading, now that Thor has left. Vision, love Vision, but he got Elizabeth Olsen and I didn't, so he goes to C. Michael Keaton is amazing as Vulture. I think he's not a B, he is an A. I love Michael Keaton as Vulture. Rhodey, A. Evangeline Lilly, a B, because I think the Wasp is going to get better and bigger. I do think Hope Van Dyne is a great character, just hasn't got that full potential yet. They're still concentrating on Iron Man. Mickey Rourke, shove it up your ass, you're going in F. Scarlett Johansson will forever be an A+, because she's original in the original 6, and it's Scarlett Johansson. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Benedict Wong is going in B because Benedict is awesome. I know how hard it was to kill off Michael Rooker. He going in B, I do love him, and the ending of Guardians 2 is amazing. I do love him. I don't think he's up there with the top tier of everybody else. This is a huge list, I totally didn't think about it. No. Worst villain ever. No, thank you. Captain Marvel villain, no. Yellow Jacket. Yellow Jacket's a C because it is good, but he's just a bit of a turd and it's a classic. Oh, the serum got to his brain. No, fuck you, bad Squidward. You're annoying. First ever villain in the MCU, Jeff Bridges. I love him. He's not doing so great at the moment with his health, but I do absolutely adore him. I think he's amazing. Peggy Carter's granddaughter, yeah, fine. Stan Lee, you're the absolute main man. You're going in A+ because you're Stan bloody Lee. Aunt May is now hot again. She's B again. I don't think Sally Field was ever hot. No, because every time I see her I just think Mrs. Doubtfire. The gold lady from Guardians 2. I need to remember these people, but she's an E because I think they're going to know more later on. Never remember the henchman from Infinity War. So F for you, sir, because I don't know who you are. Kat Dennings, not really, she wasn't that funny. Tries way too hard to be funny. No. T.I., no. No, because you left and went to DC, you idiot. No, because you're not funny. No, because you die and no one knows who you are. Natalie Portman is going to be a huge part of the MCU coming up. She's a B. Jarvis, let's zoom that straight up there, sir. You're not a B, Jarvis, come on. Jarvis is an A. It's bloody Paul Bettany. No, the weird ox thing for anything to do with Thor 2 is just a no. No, you're not funny. Kind of good, but kind of don't care. Meek's a B because he's really funny. Is Meek a girl? I can't remember what they say now. I don't know who you are. MJ is probably a B. Yeah, fine. Don't know who you are. I'm trying to get through these ones because I don't know who they are really. Character-wise, they're nothing. John C. Reilly, yes. You're a D, not the best. No, you did Mamma Mia. You're barely in it. You're awful in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Sly, but you're barely in it. You eat a lot of meat. Love you, mate, but no. And Mysterio has to be a B. So, there we are. Look at that. Like pretty much the original 6 in A+, some of the original 6 in A. B is pretty much, I think, the B players. C are the people that have really disappointed me. D are the ones that were kind of good. E are Gwyneth Paltrow and her goopy brain and the ones that I don't think have done that great. And F is the people that shouldn't be in it. Yeah, so there you have it. There's the huge tier list that I never thought would be that big for the MCU. So, thank you very much for watching, guys. Please don't forget, we are still only 1.8 million subscribers behind Chris Stuckmann. I will get you. I will get you, and we will have this out. Guys, if you did enjoy, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tell all your friends, and please, please spread it around. Guys, until next time, this is your friendly neighbourhood ginger guy saying, Ginge out.